Hello everyone, this is Sharing Creations by Carrie. It's Carrie. I have another video. This one's also cards using different types of mediums. So I did some distressed oxide on this one and did three colors to try to build up different colors, different variations. And then I took my um, distress oxide and distressed around the outer edge, which is normally what you see in junk journals, but you don't normally see it on a card. So I do it my way. And then this one, I did the same thing around the edge. I added, excuse me, three pinks and then touched it with white to try to give another variation of shading and did around the edges of this. Just barely touched the edges. And then this one, I did two distress oxides and I believe of regular ink and just kept excuse me, kept pressing it, cleaning the stamp, adding another color, and did I think I stamped each color twice, and then just did a light edging of one of the greens I had to bring this green into it because I originally, you can barely see it, but there's a slight color. This green color is just on the edges, so it's not a striking. So I was trying to pull that color out of the flower. And it's not a in your face variation of color. It's the subtle layering, shifting the stamp just slightly so that it's not just stacking them on each other, which I did some little bit of research on actually what you do with the stress oxide. You can watercolor with it, watercolor paint. I didn't know that. I just saw the price and I was like, I'm gonna use it like an ink pad, which is exactly what I'm doing. In my research a little bit, it's you can take two colors and watercolor with it, and then you can blend the two colors. So I'm definitely gonna be playing with that some more because that seems really fun to me. Like I have a red and an orange, and then I have a lighter orange. That could be a pretty background that looks like close to a sunset, and then I can sneak some yellow in there. So that ought to be fun. So what I did was I saved one to show you what I did. And I'm a little distracted, so I'm just one of my friends is sitting at the hospital right now having some medical issues, and she's been sitting there for 5 hours and still has not seen a doctor. And so I'm asking, I know this is a crafting page or channel, but if you believe in prayer, could you please say a little prayer for her and for the doctors to pull their heads out of their butts and help her? And if you don't, then can you send positive thoughts her way? She's scared and she just wants some answers and she's not getting any, and it's stressing her out even more, which she doesn't need. So if you believe, please say a prayer for her, and if you don't, send positive thoughts, healing thoughts. I'd appreciate it a ton. So on to the stamp. So if I make a mistake and I say the wrong term, I'm sorry. A little distracted and a little worried about her. But I was trying to do this to try to ease my mind because this brings me joy and peace. most of the time. So I have 3 colors of purple. This is distress ink, and these are ink pads. Distress ink is basically you're distressing the edge of things, not dipping in deep and using it. So I don't do status quo. I'm a rebel. So I'm gonna do it my way. So I'm gonna load the stamp up with the darkest color because that's the idea, is to get the darkest color on the bottom and then have the medium and light at the top. And it does not even look like this thing is putting anything on the ink, the stamp. We're gonna see. Oh, it did. Dress ink. Yeah, it's not easy to see on the stamp. So what I did in my little bit of research is the stress ink is more like your regular ink pads. It's not a bold, solid covering, whereas the stress oxide covers more. The inks kind of sit on top, whereas those are the other way around. Sorry. Yeah, the inks and the distress kind of sit more on the top of the page, whereas I think it's the oxide that goes deeper into the page. Something like that, or vice versa. I was kind of doing like 3 things at the same time. I was playing Fishland and um, Farmland because I placed 2 orders. Yes, I did. Very close to each other, so I got a ton of points. So I had to go play so I could try to knock some money down. So I was able to, on Fishland, I'm down to 3 cents now for that giveaway of markers and the 50 um, random small die cuts. So I'm getting there. Now I'm going to do the next color, which is a medium color. And I do notice that the pad is softer on the ink pads than it is on the oxide and the distress ink. So when you press it, that's why I was like, it didn't look like it was leaving anything. It is, it's just not. The pad is softer. Hopefully, this even shows up. And there's my little handy dandy. I don't even know if that's going to show up. Because I forgot to shift a little. See? Told you I was going to have some issues. So, slightly off to the side. Just pulled it away from the edge just a little bit. Like a smidget. Let's see if you can now pick up the other color. And I'm pressing so hard that I'm leaving indentation. Well, it kind of 3D'd it. Let's see. I don't know if this is going to work so well on this one. And it could be the image too, that because there's not a lot of space between them. Alright, so we're going to go to the very light. I'm going to go back just a tiny bit. And I got to clean my stamp. Dry it off so I don't make the stamp runny the ink running. And then we'll try the light and see what happens. Hopefully, it looks nice. Maybe I should have tried that thing, but it would not blend. That's what I need to do. Sorry about the noise. So I'm noticing it does take longer to dry, which I hit that with the heat gun and it dried pretty quick. So it's an additional step. But that's only when you keep going layer after layer after layer, not giving it a chance to dry in between. Okay, I can see the difference in the pigmentation. So I'm going to do another round. Just taking the delicate lines of this flower to a thicker flower. And that's the only downfall of doing multiple layers, because it does make the image thicker. So hopefully I don't have an indent. But that's why all of the let's celebrate you is sideways. Okay, so that is not too bad. It's not a huge variation. Try it one more time. Ooh, that baby got warm. I don't know if you can see it, but it's a very slight softening color there. You can get it like there's some in the stems of the where it looks like it's got a shading to it. That's what the word is. Okay, so I am going to cover this stamp up and move my stamp out of the way, and I will take care of that as soon as I'm done. Gotta clean that thing up. Okay, so it's dry, so we're gonna take my double-sided tape. We're gonna put some double-sided tape on it. My hands, losing coordination, and then add to the fact that I only got 2 hours of sleep today. That doesn't help any. But I got to go have dinner with my husband and my son. So worth losing sleep. I would have missed it all together if he didn't call because I didn't even hear my alarm. So I believe it was Lucy. I'm sorry if I'm recalling the wrong person, but she had mentioned, because I'm fighting with this sticker paper, the double-sided tape paper, and she said, suggested a poking tool and listed a specific one. I was like, I have all kinds of poking tools because I have a Cricut. So this is my homemade poking tool. It's a retractable pencil. What the heck do they call goodness. Where there's lead in it, and you reload the lid. Mechanical pencil. Yeah, if my brain was mechanical, it'd be nice, right? Um, and I learned this, I'm pretty sure, on YouTube, because you learn a whole crap ton of stuff on YouTube. Um, and you put the same size needle as lead, and you have a pokey tool. And I got this one because I can push the button, and the needle keeps coming out. Is that not genius? I don't know who came up with it. And then you just press it down and it goes back in. And then when you need the lid to come out again, you just press that button and your tip is out again. So you gotta hold the button down to get the thing to go back, the needle to go back in. Genius. So I have my little pokey tool. So now I'm not being extremely frustrated by trying to peel the tape. Nope. Oh, now we're gonna chase it. We are able to get the other ones straight. Here comes my OCD. There. Wherever that is, that's where it's staying. Okay. And then I wanted to show you how I distressed the tag. And super easy. Normally you see this happening in junk journals. But we ain't doing a junk journal today. And you're just loading it. I just happen to have a bunch of these from, I think, Hobby Lobby. And you just kind of scrape the paper just so you're getting an edge. And you put it at an angle of how much you want. So if you only want a little bit, you stay to the in line with the paper. If you want more, you're going to go more of an angle and snag the edge of the paper. Blue one was the first one I did, and I was heavy with that one. So it's up to you how much you want it distressed. If you only want it a little, then stay level with your paper and just catch the edge. If you want it more pronounced, go at an angle. And I think I want this one a little bit more than the pink and green. I want it to lean more towards the blue one. And I think you can do this same method with the other type brushes. But I didn't think I wasn't sure if I was gonna blend with these colors. So I just stuck to these pieces, which I can still blend with these. Get a little bit more of an angle to catch more of this one. There. And we'll stick some more tape on there because that's what I used when I was stamping is I had scrap pieces and I stamped and put it on my black mat in my stamping platform so that it wouldn't move on me because I couldn't get the magnet as big as almost as big as the paper. So I just stuck a little tape on the back so that it wouldn't move on me. And then I wouldn't have to restamp 15 times. And then you just put it where you want it. And there it is. Really simple. Don't be intimidated by it, because it's fun. And to find stuff that just show up everywhere. I had the fan on tonight. For some reason, it got hot in here. So I'm sorry if you hear the fan. But there is 4 more cards that could be part of a package of a gift. They weren't hard to make. I enjoyed making them. So I hope I inspire you to try with the stamps that you have, the inks that you have, and have some fun. Well, if you like it, hit the like. If you're new and you'd like to subscribe, hit that button. And thank you for all the ones that are subscribed and hit the like anyway. I appreciate you all. And thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks. Bye.